Kia ora whanau, and welcome to another episode of Get a Job and Get Healthy with Costas Enterprises. I am your ever-loving host, Alex Costas, and today is going to be one of those days where I just talk a little bit more about Magic Mind, hence the name of this episode. We're going to have a Magic Mind Latte together. I've just made this, so I thought I'd talk a little bit about it, talk about where I'm at, talk about everything that else is going on in my life. So it's going to be kind of a general episode, but the title is, of course, Magic Mind Latte, just so that you can have one with me, have a little, see what it's like. You'll see I'm rubbing my shoulder. I am very, very sore at the moment. My neck is, I put my neck out on January 1st, and I haven't done anything about it, and I'm at that point where I kind of need to. So yeah, I thought we'd do a little talk. So let's get through everything first. First and foremost, if you want to, you can email me doncostas@gmail.com. That's DONCOSTAS. That's N for Nike, at gmail.com. And you can ask me any questions if you'd like. You can also find me on this podcast. You can also find it on YouTube as well. Please like, share, subscribe this video. I would really love to grow my community and, just have you guys talk to me as well. It'd be really, really cool. I am also available on @thekiwidon on both Instagram and on Twitter. And you can also go to my website, www.costasenterprises.business.blog, in order to see that. That is my main website where I have things. So let's get into it. I did my episode on Magic Mind. They sent me a box. I'm still on that box. And they loved it, and I talked to them a little bit more, and they offered me a affiliate type program. I'm not supposed to say this, but I'm open and honest with you guys. So I have a code which will be in the show notes, and I'll also put it down the bottom here. You can actually see it in the contact details that I'll leave up as well. And that code is Costas20. That is COSTAS20, all uppercase. And if you go to their website and you order a box of Magic Mind through mine, you get 20% off. Now, I know it's not available in New Zealand yet, unfortunately, but when it does become available, I will be hooking myself up with that as well. Now, I do get a slight payment from that, of course, because being an affiliate, I am. It's not a lot. But one thing I do want to let you know is they also have a subscription service. So with the subscription service, basically what that means is you will get it cheaper regardless. So you can use my code to get your subscription even cheaper. Now, I don't know if it's every time. I think it's only the first month. But as opposed to getting 47% off, you get something like 52% off, which is pretty good, especially if you buy the better deal, which is the 30 days. So if you buy the 14 day or 15 days, which is the one that they sent me, it's about $150, which is pretty expensive when you think about it. Now that is all US dollars, of course. And then when you get their 30-day, it's like $160 as opposed to $250. Now that is with the subscription. So now imagine if you add my code on there as well, you get it even a little bit cheaper. So I really do believe in this product. I think it is one of those. I had my doubts, but I've been doing I've got 2 more left of these. So I have been using them consistently throughout the last sort of 15, 20 days. And yeah, they've been good. Now you might be thinking, what is this? I will link this whole process in with my other episode that I had. But effectively it is, let me get the box and I'll show you. It is this, which is a Magic Mind shot. Bring that closer to the camera. There we go. And so it's got all the fun nutritional stuff as well. You can read all the ingredients if you'd like. And then there's things like the site and how it gets into it. And it comes like a box like this. They give you a little pamphlet which you can read as well. I've read out some of this already on my other episodes, so I'm not going to do it again. But it's a nice little, it's a nice little package. As I said, if you order the 30-day one, then of course you're going to get 30 shots basically. And they are like this, so they are just one little shot. You can just down it, or you can do what I've done here. In my other video I tried all the other ways, and the latte was quite a nice way. Now, this one doesn't have any alternative milk or milk at all. I have just poured water into the shot. Still got the same taste. Still get the same benefits as well, which is the clarity and the relaxed while feeling energized, which is really weird. I know. It's crazy, but it does actually work. So yeah, I thought we'll just talk about what's going on. The camera will probably shake because I'm using the same table to rest my latte. But yeah, so that's the big news from the podcast point, is they haven't sponsored me, but they have made me an affiliate. So what they have asked that I do is literally just 3 2-minute sessions, and I've turned those into, one of them I turned into an episode just to talk about it, because I thought, why not, like, get an honest review, and that was done before I'd even decided to say yes to what they said. They never offered this to me. They didn't, it wasn't one of those ones where if you do it for 15 days, then we'll offer you this. It was, we loved your review, and we do have this if you would like to be a part of it. And I did hum and ha over about a day, and thought, you know what, I like the product, I'll do it. And then they even sent another box, which I've got. It's just arrived yesterday. So that was pretty surprising, because I wasn't expecting them to do that. Because as I said, they are not paying me for this. This is just, if I sell boxes for them, then yeah, I will get a slight pay. But I'm expecting you guys to try it yourselves if you want to. More than welcome to. So what's been going on? So as you saw from last week's episode, I have just sort of been around Rotorua, and we also did Taupo, and we went to Napier. We did that very, very quickly. And by quickly, I mean we'd gone for a 4-day trip, which we organised literally the night before, because we wanted to, look around a bit and do all the things we needed to. And came back, and it's just been work, which is good. Today is the reason I'm recording this on a Tuesday, which is today's date. I will upload it on the Saturday, but the reason why is I'm just too busy. It's my only day off today, and I want to give you guys a bit more time rather than just rushing through an episode just to rush through an episode, basically. So what's been going on? I have been working, still at the Welly Collective, and enjoying it. Like, still learning lots, and really just taking my time to try and learn more about the retail process and how I can get better at selling. Because that's what I'm trying to do now, is so that I can sell our candles, which you can find at www.anyengarden.com. That's www.anyengarden.com. You can find our candles there. We use 100% pure coconut wax, so no one else is doing that in New Zealand, at least. They were using blends, or they use soy, or they use paraffin, and yeah, we're trying to committing to just coconut wax. So I have been learning how to try to sell those a bit more. Then on Saturday, we had a Miramar night market. Now, I live in the Miramar area, which is a place in Wellington. Usually it's where the airport is, in Wellington. That's what people know it for. But it's also where a lot of the Lord of the Rings films and Avatar films are being filmed as well. There is a Miramar studio from Peter Jackson, and that is where that is, basically. So, yeah, quite a nice little area. And after the Miramar market, we did the special one-day event of Armageddon. Armageddon is basically our pulp expo convention type thing, and they had a one-day event for Doctor Who, because Christopher Eccleston, the ninth Doctor, I believe he is, came to New Zealand for 2 days. He came for Auckland on the first day, which was Saturday, and then Sunday, which was the day that he was in Wellington. There were 4 vendors, including myself, and we had about 200 to 300 people, and we sold candles there. We also sold car stickers and some pins, and I sold a Doctor Who book that I'd found, and overall it went pretty well. Considering there was only 300 people, we did quite well, and not everyone bought everything, obviously, and we were selling our candles. We'd made special edition, limited edition candles for this. Unfortunately, we didn't have any molds with Doctor Who on it, but that's the plan in the future. But we had some, we'd created some labels which had, the Doctor on it, and quotes, and, I heart Doctor Who, all that sort of stuff as well. So it was quite cool. And we're only going to print those for that event, basically. So that was quite an interesting day. And then yesterday was just a nice quiet day. And today is not really going to be a quiet day, because I'm still going to go do restocking. But then this weekend is going to be crazy. So basically from Wednesday until Monday, I am working effectively full time. So we're going Wednesday, I'm working out at our Queensgate store at Wally Collective. And then Thursday, Friday, working at the Courtney store, which is Courtney Place, and also all in Wellington. And then Saturday, we are doing Martinborough Fair, which is crazy. It is a huge event, and it is basically, we get up about 4 o'clock in the morning to get to Martinborough by 7, and then you need to usually be set up by about 7 or 7:30, because people start walking in and coming around and finding things at that time, even though the market doesn't officially open until like 8 o'clock. So it's a very weird experience. We did it last month around the same time, around the 1st of February, 2nd of February, and that was our first outdoor market. So we bought a gazebo, we did all that sort of stuff, and yeah, it was quite cool. We did quite well for a day, and then this day in Martinborough is supposed to be even bigger, so it gets even more people coming. Like, there were people that will pay for the 2 days, but only go one day, and they go this day. So we're expecting to break our record, which was something that we did do in Martinborough. We broke our 1 day record for, not for Armageddon, because Armageddon's a different beast, and we were selling different things at Armageddon, but for just general candles and our clay earrings and stuff, we did quite well. So we also make handmade clay polymer earrings, which my partner makes that as well. And so, yeah, we're going to be doing that. And then the very next day, we're doing the Newtown Festival, which is where you usually have about 35,000 people walking through. So we are, as you can imagine, we feel pretty dead. Hence why I've been popping the Magic Minds. I need them to keep me up. And so, yeah, it's funny to be at a stage where, now that we've been doing this over a year, and we've started doing markets like quite heavily, it's funny. I will make more in a market than I will in a week for working for the Wally Collective. Now, that's not putting down the Wally Collective. As I said, I still love it. It's good fun. It's because it's retail. Like, I'm not expecting that. And I'm surprised at my selling power to be able to make, close to, the lowest we made was, a couple of weeks ago, was $100 at a market, which is crazy considering every other market we average around about $400 to $500 quite easily. Probably closer to the 500. And that's just normal craft markets. We go to a place like Martinborough Fair, and we're making over sort of 1200 easily. And Armageddon, we usually, not this last event that we had, but the first Armageddon we did, which was in Auckland, I mean, I can tell you quite confidently that we made, over the 4 days we were there, we made about $8,000. So that's pretty good. And that's profit too. So we're not talking just loss. So I'm in that selling mood and in that thinking of like, how can I just get better? And I'm researching this stuff. I'm reading it. I'm watching YouTube videos on how to talk to people, how to sell to people. And it's not that I want to be a seller all the time, but I want to be able to help customers. That's the whole reason. And working at the Wale Collective, as I said, I'm not making a lot of money. That money, I'll be honest, 70% of that money is going into my shares, my investments. I am looking forward to doing a Sharesies episode. I actually have been invited to a special event, which is next week. So I will talk about that next week. Probably do my Sharesies thing there as well, because by that time I'll have something which is quite cool. So yeah, everything's going well. Everything's going fast and coming along. And the only problem at the moment is my neck is really, really sore and it's fallen down to my shoulder. In fact, in Rotorua, I decided to do I thought I'd try to do something about it, and I thought I'd try to get a Thai massage. That was not a good idea. She basically, I felt like she jumped on my back and just fucked me even more. So it was really, really painful. And after that, like, you got to remember where Wellington and it'll be in Rotorua is. It's about a 5-hour drive, 6-hour drive, especially if you're stopping. Now, the pain that I was getting was while I was driving, and it was just constant all the way down, and I haven't been able to sleep properly, hence why the dark circles today. I'm very panderized, and so I'm going to a physio today. I am mindful that that's not going to fix it in one go. I'm hoping it does, or at the very least relieve some of the pain. But like I've popped 2 ibuprofens before I did this video, about an hour before to give them time to work, and it's still really, really sore. And I can't find a position where I can sit properly and not be in pain. Like, I'm in pain right now just while I'm talking to you guys. So I'm very mindful of my health now and what I should be doing, and that's part of the reason I went to the doctors. Like, I've had this since the 1st of January. It's now almost March, and I did nothing about it, just keep trying to click my neck, and it's just not working. So I thought, I've got to do something about it, because otherwise, you know, when we have these big events like Martinborough, Newtown, Armageddon, so we've got Armageddon, Tauranga in like 3 weeks. So we're going to be going up to Tauranga again, and then 3 weeks after that, we're in Wellington doing it. So it's getting pretty full on. Like, we've signed up to a lot of events, and this is like our full-time job now. And when you think about it, for me to be able to work the way I'm working and do it pretty much only 2-3 days, like that, for our business ourselves, I'm only doing work for about 2 days. My partner works all week. And that's why I keep giving her amazing props, because she is amazing. She just goes full, full hog. She goes crazy. And it's made me think, what can I do about my business? So Armageddon is where I make a bit more money, because I provide things. And I'll show you guys one time the temporary tattoos and all that sort of stuff. I'll probably do that when I'm up there. And I'll do an episode at Armageddon, for example. So it'll be, me talking about everything, showing what I do. It might not be a very long episode, because there are going to be people coming through. But you get the idea. It's going to be a bit more informative. There might be a couple of short videos put together. And it'll be me talking about Armageddon. And you can be damn sure I'm taking the Magic Mind up when I'm doing that sort of stuff. Because instead of me having to have an energy drink all the time, like the other day, I just had my little Magic Mind. That was it. I didn't have any coffee, any energy, and I did the Miramar market, and I was on. I was switched, and I was selling. It's like I call it my sell juice. Like it's I put it on, and I can just talk with clarity and think with clarity what I want to say. What's the person like? I'm reading the body language a lot better, and you know, being a former immigration officer, I did used to read language. I used to read body languages for things like interviews, and I used to do partnership interviews and all that sort of stuff. So using those skills that I picked up there to now using them for the selling and stuff is something that's been really, really helpful and informative, to be working them a little bit differently to the way that I do it. Like one of the things that I read a lot, and they're like, "Oh, don't, try to turn your customers' negative into a positive." So if they go, "Oh, look, I don't listen to candles. I don't like candles." So okay, cool. Or I've got a lot of candles at home. Okay, but do you have any coconut wax candles? I guarantee you don't, because we're the only ones that do it. And if you'd bought from us, you would know that. And so it's like, it's just trying not to force a sale, but at the very least trying to stop the haters. Because we do get people coming up going, "Oh, is everything coconut wax?" Yes, it is. That's the whole point. It's coconut wax. What about the wick? Well, the wick is obviously not coconut wax. We can't make a wick out of wax, can we? It's like, there's some idiots out there. But usually when I put back at them, I'm not afraid to put back at them. Other people will just sit there and be like, okay. Whereas, no, I believe in my product and I sell my product, which is why I do what I do. So yeah, I am looking forward to. I'm looking forward to this weekend, but I'm not looking forward to this weekend. Like, I can tell it's going to be a full-on day because it was last time. It's like, and we've never done Newtown. Like Martinborough last month was the first time we did Martinborough, so we never done an outdoor market before then, and now we're doing like 3, and then in a couple of months we're going back up to Rotorua for another, like a home and lifestyle. So it's getting to the point where we're learning more about what to do and how much stock to take. The first time we went to Armageddon, we took 700 candles. Now, I only have a Toyota Raptus, which is a very small car. It's not a big car. So as you can imagine, for the whole trip up to Auckland, and we had to stay overnight and break it up halfway, my body's like this. And I'm like, ugh, because I was so squashed. Because, as you can see, I'm not a small guy. And we just had to do that. We had to bring the seats forward. I had very little room for my legs, so we had to stop quite often so I could get out and stretch. And we did that because we thought we were going to sell 700 candles because it's 4 days. Now we know what we know, so we're not going to be taking that much up at the next Armageddon. But what we will take up is more of, like, one of the things that we tried to sell at the first Armageddon was our A4 decal stickers, which we'd ordered and we'd hoped they'd arrive while we were at Armageddon in Auckland, because they took ages to get to us. And unfortunately, they didn't come. So we haven't really had a chance to sell those. And we had one pack, and we sold a couple of them. But not to the degree that we wanted them to be sold. So it is going to be very, very interesting to see a new Armageddon with all of these things that we've got, that we had, that we didn't have ready for Auckland last year. So yeah, I am keen to show you guys what all that stuff is, because that comes under, Momentary Masterpieces, which is my other little side business, but I haven't really launched it anywhere yet. I will be launching it at some point in the Wale Collective, and also mostly my biggest one for that is Armageddon. Like that's where I'll sell, because that is the people that I'm like. When you find something you're passionate about, when you find something that you're interested in, you can sell it. And so for me, I'm a big convention, just Marvel type guy. I like the geeky things. Let's put it that way. So knowing what I know about fan cultures and all that sort of stuff, I can sell that stuff to people because I'm like, oh, well, you haven't seen this. How about this? What about this? Have you liked this? Who's your favorite this? You know? And so it's finding that commonality between me and my customers and then going, well, we've got these over here. And at a place like Armageddon, it's quite easy to sell because the people are wearing it literally they're wearing them on their chest. Like, yes, so you're a Marvel fan. So you're a Doctor Who fan. So you're a Lord of the Rings fan. Like, they're dressed as the characters. And if you can go, I love your One Piece thing. I love your Luffy hat. Have you seen our Luffy car stickers? And oh, really? Oh, they'll come over. So it's quite cool to have that interaction. And it's only because I'm a geek myself. Like, I can show you around our place one day. We've cleaned it completely, and you will see the geeky things that I had. And I had a whole lot more that I had to get rid of. So as you can imagine, it's really interesting. And now I am getting into Doctor Who. Like, I used to watch Doctor Who with my dad. We watched the ones back in the 70s. Tom Baker, the guy with the scarf, basically. So he was my Doctor Who. He was the one that I grew up with, and I watched it with Dad on the repeats when they had them in the 80s. But because we had this Doctor Who event with Christopher Eccleston coming, I was like, cool. I'm gonna watch the new stuff because I knew he was the rebrand or the relaunch, should I say? And I'd finished the first season, luckily, before I got to see him, and yeah, I really liked it. I ended up going. I'm now onto like I'm still. I mean, we're only talking like I've been watching them maybe 2 weeks, if that, and I've got from season 9 to whatever we've got up to now that I've got to watch. And so I'm finding all these things quite interesting, learning about them and going, cool, I can use this. And it was interesting seeing an event with just the one fandom. Usually with Armageddon, it's all different fandoms. It's anime, it's DC, Marvel, it's K-pop, it's, everything's there. There's fantasy, there's Lord of the Rings. But then going to a Doctor Who specific event, I'd never done anything like that before. And I know he's had, the guy that organises it has had a couple where he's had sort of one-offs. And it was really cool. Like, it was a bit more intimate. And the other vendors that we were with were amazing. Like, really, really cool. One girl did full crochet. So she had crochet Daleks and adipose and the TARDIS and stuff. It was really, really amazing. And she had some massive ones. And it took her ages to do. And then the one next to her had, they were, I think, Embraced by Design. And they do like 3D printing, laser cutting, laser cut onto glass and stuff. She had some really cool things. And they make things out of like the comic and stuff as well. So they've got these things like Doctor Who. And it's like a sign that goes onto your wall, but it's 3D cut, and then the actual pieces are comic from the Doctor Who comic and stuff. And so she had some amazing stuff. And then the next person next to me was Crave NZ, and he did amazing like drawings and art, and I was like, this is nuts. And so we were talking the whole time. And then there was us with our coconut wax candles, our car stickers, and our pins. Now, within 5 minutes, I'd only bought 5 pins to sell. Now, within 10 minutes, all of those pins were gone. The book that I got had gone. People were buying car stickers. No one had bought a candle. And I was like, oh, I don't like this. And it's funny because being in that sort of event, so at the first Armageddon, there are people coming through the whole time. Like, it's quite constant. Kind of like the Martin Fair, there's always people coming around. But at the Doctor Who event, because it was like people were there to see the main stage, they were paying to watch the show, which was, Christopher Eccleston and the other guests on stage. So they would go into the theatre, and there wouldn't be many people outside. In fact, there'd be hardly anybody. And at one point, we had like, when you count it over, for the money that we made, we only worked like 4 out of the 8 hours. because the other 4 hours, everyone was inside, and it was just us talking to each other. And so it was really, really cool and just a different experience. But because of the fandoms and they'd already had a show to watch, like, it was nuts. And I'll tell you something else. We increased our prices just for that day. Yeah. So, our candles, usually we sell $25 each, or two for $45. We only took our large candles, and because we'd customized them, we made it $30 or two for $55. And at the end of the day, we started selling candles, like, because people didn't want to hold candles the whole day. So they come back at the end. So because I now know that, and because of Armageddon coming up, we're going to get some bags so that we can go, here you go, here's a couple of candles in your bag. So they go, oh, because we have cloth candles that we put them in, and they are cloth bags that we put them in, and they are eco-friendly bags. But if we put them in a paper bag as well, they can walk around, and if we stamp that paper bag with our logo, then people are like, oh, what's that? Cool bag. Where did you get it from? What did you fill in? Oh, I got these. And then they show the candles. It's free advertising for us. And at a place like Armageddon, there are a lot of people. We are talking, you're going to hit at least 20K at the Armageddon ones. At least, sometimes 30, 40K people come through, depending on the guest that's there. And at Tauranga, I don't know how many people are going to be there. Like, we did the Auckland Armageddon, which I'd been to a couple of them, but not at this new event. And I've done the Wellington Armageddon. But the last time I did the Wellington Armageddon, it was fucking 20 years ago. 10 years ago, at least. Maybe 15. But a very long time ago, let's put it that way. Now, before we decided to go to Armageddon last year, me and my partner, I talked her into going to the Palmerston North Armageddon, because I'd spoken to a vendor that was like, oh yeah, we sell there, and we sell about, we get about 20K. And I was like, 20K? And then I spoke to my partner. I said, let's go up there, let's have a look, see what we can do. We've got the Pikachu candle, that will sell. And we went up there, and we saw what was there, and we started to realize very, very quickly that if we could get in, we could make some money. And yeah, it was very, 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 very cool. We started working from there. Like, what can we sell? How do we sell? What do we need to sell? And at that time, we were selling them just as normal prices, $25, $45. And what we will do for this next Armageddon is we will make some custom labels, because people love the custom labels. And if they order a custom label, then it'll cost a little bit more. But yeah, it's nuts thinking about all that. Again, all of this is because I'm trying to go passive income. I'm trying to create something where I can take a break. Like, the best thing about being self-employed and working this way is I can wear whatever I want. For spending 20 years in a shirt, and the first 5 years, shirt and tie, even though we weren't even seen by the public, like, it, wearing a shirt and dress pants every day for 20 years, like, yes, you feel confident, you feel great. But wearing what I wear now, like, this is one of my designs, and I can rock it all day. I don't have to change clothes all the time, because some of those shirts get very sweaty, and I'm a heavy boy and a sweaty boy, so it's like, it's you don't realize how much it changes you until you've done it. Like, for me, when I first was made redundant, hated the idea. Didn't know what I was going to do, and felt really lost. I'll be honest. I was very lost. And now yes, I'm busy. And I'm saying, look, we're busy. I'm tired. But I'm happy. I used to help our grads out at MB. And I would tell them, pick something that makes you happy. Like, whatever job you're going for, don't settle for anything less. Like, you don't have to do what I did and stay in the job for like 20 years. Pick something that makes you happy. If you're not happy here, go. Find something that does. Because otherwise, what are you doing with your life? Because a lot of these grads are still quite young. And, seeing them grow and seeing them move on to other parts and just, like, flourish. Grad program is amazing. Grad program is amazing. And it's so good to, like, I'm still friends with a lot of them. So it's nice to sort of have that thinking of where I was a year ago. Like, literally, we are almost at, I was in the month of my review right now. Like, they told me in February and said, hey, we want you to do this. And then for 4 weeks, they fucked me around, basically. So it's like, yes, I'm in pain at the moment, but I'm so happy. Like, I can wake up at 10:30 every day if I want and play Connect 4 with my partner. We can play for an hour and then we can go to work. Like, that's the kind of thing that I like. And yes, I know I'm working at Wally Collective as well. But honestly, work doesn't start until like 10:30 normally. So I can still get up late. I don't have to get up at like 6 a.m. every day, 5 days a week. Get the bus, get the train, take the car, make my way into town in the hustle and bustle, sit down and start work at 8 o'clock. It's amazing. Now, when it comes to the weekends, when I sell at the markets, that's a different thing altogether. I will be up at 6 a.m. because I love it. I can get up. I get a thrill from not just selling, but a thrill from actually working that way, working my way, finding more about myself in the sales. Like, what can I talk about this time? I try not to keep it the same all the time. I have a spiel that I use, but I try to change it up. And learning what works, what doesn't work is huge. And it's only because I've done those sort of work on myself the last sort of 5 years, 6 years, that I'm able to recognize where I was and recognize where I am. And I've grown so much, and I'm so much happier. Like, I wish for everyone that's watching this video, do what I'm doing. Take a latte, reflect, think. Are you happy? Do you feel like you could do more? And I'm not saying quit your job. I'm not saying anything like that. What I'm saying is find something that makes you happy. It can simply start as a craft. Like my partner. A candle. And we've turned that into a business. And I have nothing to do with the candles. I just sell. That's how I help. I drive and I sell. And I'm happy. She's happy. Before this, she was a PhD student. She's graduated. She's a doctor now. But this is our job. This is what we enjoy. And we can do whatever we want. Whenever we want. As I said, you saw in the last episode, I was in Rotorua. We made that decision 2 days before to go, hey, we should go somewhere. And even though I was exhausted, I don't feel like the Rotorua trip was an actual release for me. Like, I didn't get a chance to take a break. I saw some amazing things, which you saw, but what stopped it for me was this pain. But that doesn't mean that the thought of being able to do that at any time. We just have to look at our calendar. When do we need to go? Oh, cool, we can go here. Like we're told, we're going to take a couple of days off. How cool is that? Just to be going, yeah, no, I don't feel like working after being intensive for 4 days. Take a day off. Take 2 days off. It doesn't have to be the weekend because I'm scheduled to go to work from Monday to Friday. We want to leave when we want to leave. We go. Today, it's my day off. We're gonna go stock up the candles and the other stores. While we're there, we can look at some other stuff. We can go to Kmart. We can look around. We can do whatever we want. That is the freedom that I didn't know before. And that's the thing that I think people need to realize is when you're happy in what you're doing, it's fine. You don't feel like you need to escape. But if you're not, you feel like you need to escape. You get anxious. You get anti. You get angry. You get fed up with yourself. Don't put yourself through that. So I hope while you're having your drink, you're watching this, and you're thinking exactly that. What makes me happy? What can I do that's going to bring joy into my life so that I don't feel down? I know what I do now. I never would have thought sales. Never. Like, yes, I can talk. But I never would have thought I would have enjoyed sales. But I love it. And I love what we're doing. And, you know, this podcast, since I've gone video on my Spotify, it's not doing very well. I've got maybe 1-2 people playing per week. But my YouTube, it's going pretty well. Like, we're not talking thousands of followers or anything like that. My last video got like 15 views, which is huge for me. Considering my YouTube was doing nothing for ages. So please, watch my old episodes. I've put them all up on YouTube, on my Get a Job and Get Healthy podcast. I've created a playlist. Check it out. And just sit there and I want you to take the time, just breathe, just relax. You've had your coffee, you've had your latte, you've had your tea, whatever you've had. Might have been a Coke, might have been a Monster Energy, I don't know. But before you get back into the hustle and bustle, or before you jump back on the road, take 5 minutes. Think to yourself, are you happy? What makes me happy? And what steps can I take to get happy? Now, I know a lot of people will be like, oh, well, I work because I need the money and rah, 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 rah. That's fine. Sorry. It doesn't have to be about quitting work. Not advocating that at all. We need money. But what can you do in your spare time that you enjoy? What can you do in your spare time that makes you happy? Is it spending time with kids? Is it spending time with your partner? Is it listening to vinyl records? Is it going for a beer with the mates? Like, whatever it is, try to find something that makes you happy. Truly happy. Not, you know, while I said mate with a drink with the beers, probably not the best idea, but at the end of the day, if it makes you happy, it makes you happy. And that is all I want for you, is just be happy. Find what it is that you love, pursue it. Because I'm now in that position where, like, I get to sell geeky things. I get to talk geeky things with people. And I never could. Like, I could talk to my friends about it, but that's it. I would just talk to them, hey, what about this? Hey, what about this? And there'd be like little Star Trek things and, Marvel things. But it would be only my friends that I could talk to. Now, I can go to Armageddon as a seller. I can talk about the geeky things that I like and get paid for it. Think about that. Because I'm passionate about it. Because I know enough about this world that I enjoy it. I'm a part of it. I always called myself not a geek or a nerd. I called myself a fanboy because I can talk to girls. And now I'm even more of a fanboy because I can talk to anybody. And look, there's going to be people. I'm going to be like, hi, how are you doing? And they're going to turn around. Oh, just walk past. That's fine. I brush it off the shoulder. And that's what you need to start doing, is thinking, what's stopping you from finding joy? Is it that voice in your head? Is it the feeling that you got the weight of the world on your shoulders? Guess what? You don't. Breathe. You're fine. Take it easy. You've been listening to this for 46 minutes now. So take those 46 minutes. Be grateful for those 46 minutes that you've got. I hope you're not doing anything else rather than just having a drink with me and then taking the time. So take the next 15 minutes, make it up to a full hour, to really just reflect on what I've talked about. Reflect on what you like, what you want, and pursue it. Write down a little list. It doesn't have to start big. It doesn't have to be like, I'm going to open a sneaker store because I love sneakers. It can be, I'm going to research this pair of sneakers that I've got. How much would it be worth? And then when you see that, you go on, research your next pair. This is an example. Then you see the demand that's there, and you go, wonder if I can list these on Facebook. I don't need these right now. Wonder if someone would want them. Or, I've used this example before, going on to Temu and finding the particular Nike shoe that you've got as a sticker, then selling that sticker for $4. People will buy it, especially if it's good quality. You can talk to people about that. You can be like, oh, I got these, bro. Check them out. I'm wearing them now. I got the stickers printed. That's so cool. Yeah, I got these ones. Oh, I got the Yeezys. I got I got the breads. Whatever. Just try. All right, guys. I'll give you 12 minutes of your time back. As always, I love you guys. So thank you so much for listening. Enjoy your next few minutes. Please do what I say. It'll be really great. And contact me. Leave a comment. Leave a like. Share this video to someone that you think needs that little bit of something. Please like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, I love you guys and good luck.